Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Knowledge Hub session of Jhansi Smart City Rise Incubation Center. As we have a very special initiative that is Rise Investment Launchpad. Under this initiative, we are conducting a different mentorship and expert session on different important topics which is required in the investment journey for startups. In previous week we have a very important topic that is financial projection and modeling, and today we have another important topic that is legal and compliances consideration for a startup, and more precisely a due diligence before funding and how you prepare your documents when you proceed for the investment and funding. So today we have Priyanka Madnani, who is expert in investment pitching, and she is CIO and a partner at Terex Ventures. So we welcome you, Priyanka ma'am, for this session.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Great. Thank you so much, Ankit, and the team for inviting me for this session to talk to entrepreneurs and guide them the various things which are required in their journey when they're raising funds from the investors. And thank you for the introduction. I'll just give a little more brief about what I do, how I do things at T-Rex. So T-Rex is basically where we help founders to be pitch ready. Initially, yes. Not all founders, but those who are actually potential for the investors to invest in. And we then ensure that any investor who is investing in that startup is thorough with all the due diligence, which is a very important part and crucial part for both of the people, investors and founders, to shorten the time of the journey of getting funds transferred from investors to the founders. So that if you are raising funds, this is a very important topic before even approaching to the investors, because you have to save your time and their time in your fundraising journey. So with this, I start the topic of the day, legal and compliance due diligence, here with you today. And yes, I would really want you to note down all the important queries that you think is important for your startup and your journey, if you are listening to this session, so that we can take that up in the end. Okay, now, just a second. Yes, the screen is visible.
Yeah, visible. Please continue.
Yeah, just trying to make it bigger for you. Share the screen. Just a second. Yeah. But I is it changing? The screen is not changing, I guess.
Yeah, can I share from my side?
Yeah. Please share it from your side, Ankit. It
Okay.
is it is changing. It is taking time, but changing.
Now I'm sharing from my side. You can continue with this.
Sure, sure. Okay. So as I said, the purpose of this session for you guys is to ensure that you are thorough with the journey of legal and compliance if you're going for raising funds, right? So to be starting with the main important thing, you need to understand that there are two important aspects of your fundraising journey when you're raising funds. It's not just your pitch deck, it's just not your financial valuation, that your document that you're creating, or what you're pitching to the investors, because pitching is the first initial thing. Of course, you have to prepare with that. Documents are ready, your pitching is ready, your financial model, your numbers are ready, and investors are convinced. Then the important step comes up, which is also a red flag for most of the investors in India and it's not in India, globally, due to which we have bigger institutions like KPMG, Deloitte, EY, that are master in doing the compliances for the businesses in India. Now, what are these two important aspects when you're raising funds from the investors for the invest? Fundraising compliance is nothing, of course. Financial compliance. If you see the slide that is, I'll start with the financial one because the step we started for the investors, we started with the financial, then we do the legal because financial is more extensive and more detailed. Okay, now talking about the financial, right? Now financials, if you think about financials के बारे में सोचते हो तो आपके माइंड में क्या क्या चीजें आती है? If I'm an investor, I'm sitting in front of you, you are a founder. The things that you start thinking, ओ मैंने टैक्स फाइल किया है नहीं किया है, मैंने अपना ऑडिट करवाया है नहीं करवाया है, what are the compliances that I've done initially when we have registered the company, okay, how much money we have spent in creating the shares of the company. So everything and anything that comes in the financial aspect is your numbers, your projections, your P&L and everything, your accounts, basically what accounts you have created so far from the day one. And then comes the legal part, right? The legal is also very important, which we'll be discussing in detail about what documents come up. But yes, your I think the slide is moving, Ankit. Yeah. Then comes the legal one, where you are ensuring what are the law agreements that you have created from day one, whether it's your employer agreement, whether it's your board member agreement, whether it's your founders agreement. Every agreement that is important to be enforced in the company comes in the legal due diligence, which is just a brief of it, but we'll be coming in the extensive part of the legal due diligence. So now the point that we always question ourselves, that why investors are so curious or crucial about these things. This is very important because if any investor is coming to your company, is joining on board on your venture, they really want that they are not failing in getting returns. They don't want to increase their risk, because anyway they are taking risk in investing in company by imagining or assuming that your company will give 10x or 20x in future, right? This is a risk. Investing in a early stage business is a risk for any startup. Otherwise they would have invested in shares, properties, which is a lesser risk, right? But they are doing it in a high risk business. So to avoid delays, to avoid that risk, they do the due diligence, then only they ensure that the money is transferred, right? And this is not something which is difficult for the founders to achieve, because I am sure if out of 10 only one startup is getting invested, that one startup has done lot of efforts in maintaining their records, and that's why they're getting invested. And rest, people get failed to raise investment from the investors because they fail in these aggregating agreements and documents in place, which is required, and then they get into the red flag zone. So yes, to minimize the legal risk, they definitely have to do the due diligence on their own, to check the background, and then of course that's why reject the deals if you fall in those red flags. Now again, if you are competing with other startups, it's important to give a differentiating factor that which is more credible business than the in the ecosystem. If it's a similar industry, it's a similar product, it's a similar solution or market you're targeting, right? So this helps in the competition also, that if 3 companies or 4 companies are coming from the same space for asking funds, the investors, it becomes easier for the investors to point out, okay, out of these 4, this has cleared all the green flags of due diligence, let's invest in this, rather than those 3 because they have failed in it, right? So these things are very important. Due diligence is a very important process when investors are investing in you, right? That's why we do legal compliances, financial compliances, to build that confidence of the investors when they are investing and saving their time in future, right? Next slide, Ankit. Okay. Now, what are the documents that are required for a business to initiate conversation with the investors? Now, if I say with the past record, I would be very fair with you rather than saying, okay, your company should be registered directly. If you have done a proof of validation, you have to definitely be prepared before going to the investors with your company details, right? People ask you, okay, you're pitching to the investor. If you are taking an idea to the investor and it's not registered, that means we consider it as an idea stage. To be very honest, I'll give you an example. One of my startup was raising funds of 70 lakhs, at the value of diluting, 15-20%. And it was not registered, but it played as a brand. It is still active in the market as a brand. What happened? When we are taking the company to the investor with certain value of dilution, the investors literally pulled down that value down, pulled that value of the company down to half of it by saying the company is not registered, right? And this was a shocker to me because the product is there in the market, the service is there in the market. Of course, revenue is being taken in a legitimate company, but yeah, as a brand, it was not registered in the MCA and did not have a registered private limited as a brand. But yeah, in a friend's company or somewhere different place, they were taking revenue and they were testing the market, right? So rather than focusing on that valuation, they actually did half of it, just saying the company is not registered as a brand. So now the perspective of investors are very clear. If you have registered company, you have a certificate of incorporation, you have a MOA, AOA. These are the basic documents that are built up when you're registering a company for a private limited or a OPC or a LLC or it's a partnership. Any kind of company you register, these aspects are important as a documentation, again, to verify the validity, credibility of the company and the founders. That if they have validated the market, is the company registered or not? Even if you don't have a revenue, it's okay. You have a product, you're an innovation company, you have created a product which nobody is doing, right? So you should have at least some something as a document to show that this is yours. It has to be registered under a name. Of course, you can do proprietorship also, but these documents are important so that it gives more credibility and security to the investors that yes, this is a registered company, and they don't want to waste their time in doing all these things again later on. Time nikal jayega tab tak. Isliye aapki certificate of incorporation, any kind of corporation that you're doing as per the Companies Act, your private limited, OPC or proprietorship or partnership, anything that you're doing has to be there. Your MOA and AOA come simultaneously, which is going to to the MCA portal, which defines all the terms and conditions, all the partnership pointers, and then accordingly you get registered in the company. You register your company, what kind of business you're doing, it gets registered in the company. TAN and PAN. If you're doing something on the basis of a proprietorship, thing, PAN is very important for the company. TAN is very important because taxes, as per law, you have to either file ITR on your own if you're doing proprietorship, or even if you're doing private limited, you have to file taxes, right? अभी क्या होता है, revenue ही नहीं आया है, taxes कैसे भरे? कुछ है ही नहीं, product ही बनाया तो taxes कैसे भरे? It's okay, show in losses. There are millions of CAs to help you how you can show your company in zero or null, business and still pay file the taxes, right? Your PAN and TAN, because वो default आपका in numbers पे आ जाएगा, right? So these are very important for the tax purposes. These documents have to be there because the first documentation process that happens is asking these documents to verify this company is registered or not by the investors team for validation or the first step of due diligence. Next slide, Ankit. Yeah. So now essential documents for every startup that they must have. Now the first thing, you have already heard it from me that this is like the TAN, PAN, MOA, AOA, your certificate of incorporation. These are very important documents. Even if you're going for government grants, these are very important, right? इसके बिना आप कोई form fill ही नहीं कर सकते हैं, right? Now apart from this is like first step हो गया. अब second thing, investors क्या देखेंगे अगर आप investment raise कर रहे हैं? And this is the most important thing that we do whenever we are making any startup pitch to the investors, and we see that there is a positive conversation that are happening. हम उनको pitching ले जाने से पहले ही ये documents पूछ लेते हैं. कि आपका शेयर होल्डिंग सर्टिफिकेट्स, आपके इनकॉर्पोरेशन, एओए, एमओए, आपने जितने भी आईटीआर, स्टैंड, पैक, सब कुछ एक डॉक्यूमेंट, लिस्ट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स बनता है इनिशियली, सो दैट if we are taking the charge, we investors are taking charge to put money, others money in us, any other startup. We don't want to waste our time also, startup founders time also, and जो जहां से इन्वेस्टर्स से हमने फंड में पैसा लिया है उसमें भी हम वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते टाइम, राइट? सो we initially ensure that these documents are there, and you must ensure that you have these documents from the day one if you are starting a private limited company. Now, from the beginning, shareholding and ownership documents. Now, agar if you have been through a fundraising journey through any company who is a fund manager or bringing fund for your investors pitch for you, they must have asked that who's on the cap table, right? Cap table is nothing, it's about how many members are there as directors or as stakeholders on the board, right? Because that helps the investors to understand कि okay, founders हैं, उनके अलावा कौन कौन है, and there should be a proper reasoning why these people are there on the board. Because many people suppose it's an MSME or it's a traditional business startup in 2 tier 3 tier businesses. Many times it happens, कि आप एक founder है, आपको और co-founder नहीं मिला, but you registered the other remaining stake in private limited, because private limited is must for the investors if you are raising funds. आप proprietorship में तो बाद में private limited आपको बदलना ही पड़ता है, right? इसीलिए, लेकिन advance में कोई कर लेता है private limited पहले ही. So there is a founder, and then the other stakes, 1%, 2%, or up to 50%. Stakes are given to wife, to mother, to parent, to teacher, to colleague, to friends, right? Now, they might be actively involved, they might not be actively involved, but प्राइवेट लिमिटेड चाहिए था तो आपने स्टेक उधर दे दिया, राइट? सो कैप टेबल में कौन कौन होता है वो हमें जस्टिफाई करना पड़ता है टू द इन्वेस्टर्स, सो दैट they can manage the shareholding pattern later on, right? When they are transferring the shares. Shareholding agreement is equally important. Why? Because जो आप cap table बता रहे हैं ना, वो shareholding agreement वो इसका proof है on paper, right? आप detailed record, आप percentage, आप investors को बता रहे हैं, equity dilution बता रहे हैं. At the same time, you're showing these are the agreement what you have made with the co-founders. आपका फाउंडर्स एग्रीमेंट क्या है, आपने क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज डिवाइड करी है, आपका बैकग्राउंड क्या है, आपका जितना भी पार्टनरशिप का पॉइंटर्स है वो सारा शेयर होल्डिंग एग्रीमेंट में मेंशन होता है विद द परसेंटेज एंड द नंबर्स, राइट? सो दैट हेल्प्स इन्वेस्टर्स टू आइडेंटिफाई ओके दिस इज aligned with at least the initial cap table and shareholding documents. Now, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स एंड एग्रीमेंट ना, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स एंड एग्रीमेंट इज जस्ट नॉट ओके आपने शेयर होल्डिंग कर दिया, नहीं. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड एग्रीमेंट्स आर ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट विच आर पार्ट ऑफ लीगल ड्यू डिलिजेंस. ये सब मैं आपको इसलिए बता रही हूँ बिकॉज ये आप इनके साथ ऑलरेडी रेडी होने चाहिए. ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स रेडी होंगे तो ही आपका ड्यू डिलिजेंस बाद में परफॉर्म भी होगा, राइट? विच आई विल कम टू द पॉइंट. बट यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ विद दीज बेसिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स बिफोर गोइंग टू इन्वेस्टर्स. नाउ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स एंड एग्रीमेंट, नाउ इन लॉजिस्टिक बिजनेस, in B2B business, in lot of retail business, there are many these kind of B2B business. B2C भी होता है जिसमें you have to sign agreements. अगर आपका पार्टनरशिप है, MOU है, you are having lot of vendors through which you are taking services, your employee agreements, आपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क क्रिएट किया जिसमें आप अपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स के साथ और रिटेलर्स के साथ बिजनेस करते हैं, एंड not many service providers that are onboarded with you to either you are taking their service or they are taking your service, right? So those contracts and agreements are very much important because that will define that how much you have been proactive in maintaining each and every document statement of your company. Because you are signing, right? If you're signing in a document, suppose offer letter ही क्यों ना हो जाए, that's an agreement, right? So that is also very much crucial to understand that where you have committed something or given or you're doing a business with, or who are the contract holders in your community that have play a very important. They are also called stakeholders, right? आपके खाली जो शेयर होल्डर्स है वो खाली स्टेक होल्डर नहीं होते, जो आपने इकोसिस्टम अपने बिजनेस का क्रिएट किया है, दो स्टेक होल्डर्स आर वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज that can be a very important part of your business. अगर वो चले जाते हैं तो आपका business रुक सकता है, और अगर वो आ जाता है आपका business चल सकता है. So that's why it's very crucial. Hence, agreements are very much important to ensure that even if you are there, the business don't stop, right? So contract and agreements that ensure the revenue streams are important. Key vendors, suppliers agreement is very important. And then of course the employee agreement, which are the NDAs, the offer letters, the clauses, softs, anything that you where you do a signature is an agreement, right? Everything should be a record. आपने एक चेक भी साइन किया होता है, उसका भी रिकॉर्ड जैसे मेंटेन करना पड़ता है. आपने कोई भी एग्रीमेंट अगर आपने इशू किया है लेटर हेड पे या मेल पे, it has to be signed and it has to be intact in a drive, which has to be shared to the investors later on due diligence. So yes, these are the the documents which ensure, which every startup must be prepared with. Next, Ankit. Okay. Now, financial record. Now, I'll be specifically talking about the two main importance. There are many other types of due diligence that it varies from institution to institution of investors. But the very two most important thing that we ensure while we are doing the due diligence for the startup is financial due diligence and legal due diligence. Now, talking about the financial due diligence, I've said this before also on my platforms, that any startup that is coming to us, even when I started up and I raised 2 to 3 years back from Venture Catalyst, I also faced this problem as a founder, which then I identified that yes, financial due diligence, legal due diligence are a major factor due to which the delay in investments happen. I faced myself. It is said that if you are clearing 70% of the checklist of the investors as a green flag, and 30% things you're not matching up in this checklist, या delay हो रहा है या बाद में हो जाएगा, that is a convincible thing. Then it is a green flag maximum thing, right? Maximum percentage as it is there. But if you are not even able to qualify 50% of the checklist, राइट आप 50% भी कर लोगे लेकिन 50% से ज्यादा नहीं करोगे और कम रहोगे, यू विल बी अ रेड फ्लैग फॉर द investor. I myself faced this when I was raising funds from Venture Catalyst. Luckily, I had 70% of the green flag and we cleared and we got the funds. But जो इन्वेस्टमेंट 2 महीने में हो सकती थी वो हुई है आपकी 7 महीने में. Why? Because वो ड्यू डिलिजेंस का काम ही इतना चल रहा है, right? The external companies that take the responsibilities, they take a lot of time in ensuring that you are the right point. So financial due diligence is something which takes the maximum time. We ask a checklist of the documents. ठीक है, उसमें आपका checklist में सबसे पहला चीज होता है कि have you filed the ITR of the company of last business year, right? Maximum times they're saying, oh, it is delayed due to reconciliation, audited report is ready but just we have to file. मतलब आपको मार्च में करना, नवंबर तक आ गया, पेनल्टी देने का वेट कर रहे हो. This is the biggest red flag for the investor, that you are not strong enough in your compliances, in your records. You didn't do timely submissions. Then they put blames on the CA. My CA's wife was not well, they're not available. तो that's not their problem, right? उन्होंने अपने ड्यू डिलिजेंस टीम को आपके साथ लगा दिया है, right? And they expect that the due diligence team will give a positive response to the startup, because they are not favoring any startup founder. They are just favoring investors. Even when we are ensuring we are taking any startup to the investor, we ensure that you're prepared with these financial due diligence. Otherwise, our credibility would be in stake, or our things would be in stake, right? So आपके audited financial statement, which has to be filed before you pitch to the investors. Your taxes has to be cleared. You cannot show penalties. चलो penalties हो जाता कभी कभार. There is a company BKS, Bharat Krishi One. So the business ही as such कि credit पे agriculture business है, तो credit पे receive होते हैं चीजें, right? You take it from the farmers and wait for the payments for later thing, right? Credit basis पे business होता है, तो उसमें by default delay हो ही जाता है, which is acceptable. But वो 1 साल हो रहा है, 2 साल हो रहा है, 3 साल हो रहा है, लगातार हो रहा है, then investors worry. मतलब एक बार ही समझ में आता है, या तो योर बिजनेस मॉडल हैज टू बी सच दैट यू हैव टू फिगर आउट दैट उसको उस बिजनेस मॉडल को ठीक कैसे किया जाए, क्योंकि ये प्रॉब्लम आज नहीं तो बाद में जरूर आएगी, दैट इट इज पाइलिंग अप, राइट? सो you have to be very transparent with what you are earning, what are the expenses, what are the profit, that is the whole balance sheet which is filed. And kabhi file nahi bhi hota hai, I understand this when we talk about the period before March, and so 1 or 2 months above March like June July, उसमें भी नहीं होता, टाइम लगता है, नवंबर तक ओपन होता है, we know that. We make a provisional thing, right? Because वो cross verify होता है पूरे portal से. The investors team do verify each and every statement that you give, the bank statement, your ITRs, your balance sheet, your audited reports, right? That's why it's very important, and we take it for last 3 years only, right? So investors के पास पहले ये खराब हो जाए, हम पहले ही उसे ठीक करके देते हैं. So this is the most important thing. Then your bank statement, as I said, bank statements are also very important. There has to be a healthy cash flow in and healthy cash flow out. ऐसा नहीं होता कि ये पेमेंट्स डिले हो रही हैं या पेमेंट्स लेट आ रही हैं, एम्प्लॉयज की सैलरी लेट जा रही है, देन आपके खर्चे ज्यादा, यू स्पेंडिंग मोर, यू स्पेंडिंग मोर एंड गेटिंग लेसर रेवेन्यू. ऑल दीज मैनेजमेंट हैज टू बी इन अ प्रॉपर टैली सॉफ्टवेयर आता है, उसमें होना चाहिए, एक्सेल में इतना नहीं होना चाहिए. दिस इज ऑल्सो अनदर थिंग, वेयर we were asked to get all the statements in the tally thing. And हमने बोला एक्सेल बनाया है तो क्या दिक्कत है, बोला नो, द थिंग्स हैव चेंज, वी इफ वी वांट टू हैव वेरिफिकेशन डन इन दिस थिंग, वी विल डू इन दैट, एंड दैट टेक्स अनदर लेवल ऑफ टाइम. वो आपका 1 से 10 दिन और खींच जाता है. एवरीथिंग दैट एवरी डॉक्यूमेंट दैट यू डिले इन, आई एम श्योर आई कैन गिव यू इन रिटर्न दैट विल टेक 3 to 4 days. आप आज चेकलिस्ट दे रहे हो, आपको मिला है, उसमें से आपका 70% डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, चलो 30% नहीं है, 30% को भी रेस्क्यू करने में, लेने में, करवाने में बहुत टाइम जाता है. और दिस इज ऑन योर पार्ट. इन्वेस्टर्स आर नॉट टू बी ब्लेम्ड बिकॉज दे हैव इट, दे डू एज दे डू, राइट? तो आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल है अगर आपने ये सब नहीं किया, बिकॉज ये इनिशियली पता होना चाहिए. एंड 99% ऑफ द स्टार्टअप डजंट नो व्हाट दे वांट, व्हाट दे हैव टू बी रेडी. And investors get the time and leverage of extending the investment or say a no to you because you failed or you did not cover the the things in the right time. Tax filing, GST return, TDS, income tax return, as I said, are very, very important things for record. Now the question comes up, I am in a very early stage. मैंने ना रेवेन्यू बनाया है, मेरा जस्ट प्रोडक्ट है ना, मैं ऑडिटेड रिपोर्ट मेरे पास है, मैंने टैक्स ही नहीं भरा है, मेरे पास रेवेन्यू नहीं है, तो व्हाट शुड आई डू? बैंक स्टेटमेंट, देयर इज नो रेवेन्यू, मे बी यस एट अर्ली स्टेज, इट टेक्स टाइम टू गेट द रेवेन्यू, राइट? टैक्स फाइलिंग, ये सब मैंने इसलिए नहीं किया है क्योंकि आई एम एट an early stage and I just have a product, right? And I need fund to make it market ready or put it in the market, do the marketing and then get all these things to file these things. It's okay. The type of investor that you're investing, you are investing your time with, then they have to ensure that they ask these documents from you and you have to be prepared कि ये सब क्यों नहीं हुआ है. अगर आपके पास रेवेन्यू है तो ये तो होना ही चाहिए, और रेवेन्यू नहीं है, they understand. You don't have a revenue, you haven't filed the tax, so they ensure, still they do a cross clarification and they are calm because it's a valid reason, but it's not a valid reason when you're an operating company. So yes, and if I show you, I'll definitely, if you connect with me offline later, I'll definitely, me and my team can show you, the financial report is just not this like a slide. Trust me, it's a proper report of 50 to 60 pages that are being created with all your financial numbers, traction, revenue, cap table, incoming, outgoing, पूरा statement तक उस report में लगता है, right? So तब जाके एक 50-60 pager का बड़ा सा report बनता है financial analysis का, and it has to be stamped and signed by a CA. And CA means it has to be a qualified senior CA, not just अभी CA कोई बन गया और आप उससे करा रहे नहीं. It has to be a the investments that are going beyond 15 to 20 crores in India and abroad, they're specially being audited by companies like EY. And trust me, EY is the topmost company on this, doing the due diligence for the Series A, Series B stage of businesses for the startups, for investors. एंड अर्ली स्टेज में आप वहां तक तो जा ही नहीं रहे हो. जब आप सीरीज ए सीरीज बी में जाओगे ना, investors do not go below EY standard of getting certified that this is a compliant free company in financial records, right? And then who has to bear the charges? The founder only has to bear the charges of due diligence. Investors अपनी टीम को पैसे नहीं दे रहे हैं, founders दे रहे हैं. The business is that founder, so founder has to pay for that due diligence, right? So और अगर इन्वेस्टर ने बोल दिया आपको 20 करोड़ 30 करोड़ चाहिए in this round, you have to go through due diligence and you have to pay for it because it's your company. You have to be due diligence free. The report has to be stamped, and then only we are putting money on you. Because if you spend 15-20 lakhs right now by EY, that 20 crores is in your account, and that is what you say an investment, and like you do it for pitching and everything, pitch deck आप बनवाते हैं तो उसमें, right? But yes, the due diligence cost has to be bared by the founder, because अगर आप due diligence में fail हो जाते हैं, आपके 100% checklist नहीं होता financial record या legal record में, it's a waste of money for you also and for investor also. So they ensure the charges or this commercials are being suffered by the founders, because in the end they are giving the money and you are going compliant free, right? It's not their problem that you are lagging in these documents. So this is how financial due diligence happen. Then comes to legal due diligence. Okay, the next slide. Legal compliances and the documents which are important, right? Now, if you see the screen, you see statutory registers, you see board resolution. So initially I discussed about the agreements, the contracts, all these things come in the legal space, right? Because documents, जितने भी आप ज़्यादा आपके पास documents होंगे, उतना आप इसको meet कर पाएंगे. And even in legal due diligence, we give a checklist of, अगर मैं total बताऊं, financial due diligence and legal due diligence, when we're sending the Excel of checklist to the founders, there's actually minimum 200 to 250 documents, both financial and legal, that they have to be prepared with. अब financials में तो आप समझ गए हो, legal में भी around 50 to 60 bare minimum documents early stage startup में भी आ जाते हैं, right? So if you see statutory registers, you have to maintain your members records, you have to maintain your employee records, you have to maintain your stakeholding records, you have to maintain all the kind of agreement that you have catered or you're catering or you'll be signing or you are in the partnership with. You have to maintain that no matter what is the business. Even if you're developing a product, your product is the tech platform, you have a designer, you have a CTO, you have a technical person, you have an outsourcing company from which you are doing the product building or platform building, और आप service भी कर रहे हो, आप distribution में हो, retail में हो. Every person, each and every stakeholder is important to have an agreement with your company, right? And that's why you have to have that document, because that shows that these factors in future will not cause any problem to your business. Because you understand, right? In NCLT, the National Court of Tribunals, which is for businesses, जैसे अपने criminal court होते हैं, वैसे ही हमारे business को court होते हैं. भगवान न करे, for God forbid, you never know, there is an issue coming up and you fail something in your legal thing, you come under some act or law, even if you're not paying the salaries or something, anything can happen which can lead you to go to court, right? Those legal agreements will help you to save the company, and even for the investors, because they want to have a backup, guys, that these things are in place so that कल का उनका पैसा नहीं फंसना चाहिए. They are, even if they're putting their lawyers, they have enough documents to prove that the company has to survive so that the returns can come out of those investors and then they can exit, right? So all these documents have to be in place before getting the funds, and ये legal due diligence में cover होता है. यहाँ पे भी यहाँ पे थोड़ा leniency कभी कभार हो जाता है कि say 70% of the documents are there, well and good. If 50% of the documents are there, just 50 are not there, you get time period. That certain time period mein you have to do all these agreements. Get even the founders agreement. If you don't have a founders agreement, term sheet doesn't come to your system. ट्रस्ट मी। तो ये बेसिक एग्रीमेंट्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, देयर इज अ प्रॉपर लिस्ट चेकलिस्ट फॉर दैट which we share it with the founders when they are coming to us. And yes, these save a lot of issues for the investors later on, right? Now, again, the problem. It's good that they're giving you ample, good, not ample of time, they're giving you some time to arrange those agreements. But मतलब it's good that they are not stopping the investment due diligence because of legal. Financial में दिक्कत होगा, they'll stop it. Legal में दिक्कत होगा, they won't stop it. They do some leniency, they give you certain time. But अगर वो भी complete नहीं होता है, again it's a red flag. ऐसा नहीं है वो आपको leniency दे रहे हैं तो वो छोड़ देंगे, नहीं. Now, coming to board resolutions, what are the decisions that you made? Now, this is the biggest problem in our country, even outside, that people are so casual. BR हो ही नहीं रहा है. Even if you are taking a decision of making a big payment of certain limits, से 5 lakh, 10 lakh, वो आप decide कर सकते हैं day one पे. वो डिसीजन भी हो रहा है बोर्ड में या फाउंडर्स या डायरेक्टर्स कर रहे हैं, उसका एक प्रॉपर बीआर बनना चाहिए. आप जो भी डिसीजंस ले रहे हैं पार्टनरशिप में, या यू हैव बिल्ड अ स्ट्रेटजी फॉर योर ग्रोथ, एंड व्हाट आर द मेजर डिसीजंस एंड रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज दैट आर बीइंग हेल्ड इन दिस journey of achieving those strategies. It has to be whatever you're discussing. आप एक होता ना रोज फोन कॉल पे every month of 15 days you do a what you say call. You do a board meeting call, not board meeting, you do a founders call to understand what are the ups and downs. You know what, that should be done in a board meeting. That should be considered as a board meeting. There has to be recording of MOM, and that MOM has to be given to your lawyer or somebody who is taking care of legal thing to ensure that that is being considered in the BR. Now people don't take it seriously. अब क्या होता है, BR में कुछ जो होना चाहिए वो आप लोग करते नहीं हो. Then you call your accounts person, then you call your लीगल पर्सन. BR का जो स्टेप जो एक्ट होता है फाइल करने का, वो क्या करते हैं, वो खुद से ही बना देते हैं MOM एंड फाइल हो जाता है. नाउ इन्वेस्टर्स गेट टू नो दैट कि आपने किया है, या आपने जल्दबाजी में वो एक्ट क्लियर करने के लिए फाइलिंग क्लियर करने के लिए बनवा दिया. एंड ठीक है, इट्स ओके, उसमें इतना ध्यान नहीं जाना चाहिए इन्वेस्टर्स का, बट वो दे वांट टू इंश्योर कि 1% भी वहां पे अगर क्लिक हो जाता है ना, they take it out as a thing and then you keep answering. या बोर्ड रिजोल्यूशन हुआ नहीं है, करना है, कराना है, हर महीने BR होना चाहिए, हर 15 दिन में होना चाहिए, या हर 6 महीने क्वार्टरली होना चाहिए. That you have to you already decide on the day one of the registration of the company, right? So it's your team's responsibility to ensure that BR is happening, and you guys have to ensure that whatever you do as a board call or a decision making call, those calls or meetings are recorded with MOM and they have been shared to the people who are building or filing your BRs. So these two aspects are very much important to tell the behavior of the founder. BR से पता चल जाता है बोर्ड का behavior क्या है decision making का, या टाइम से फाइल करने का, and your records will tell how much good you are in ensuring that your company can be compliant free, both in financial aspect and legal aspect in the fundraising, right? So yes, again, legal is also very important, but you get time to maintain all these things. But financial वाले में आपको 5 दिन भी दिया जाएगा, 10 दिन भी दिया जाएगा, you will definitely face challenge. And जहां आप investor expect कर रहे हैं 2 से 3 महीने में fundraise journey close हो जाए, where they're transferring the amount. Because if you are, trust me, out of 10 only 1 company is compliant free, mostly, as per my experience since last 10 years now. So if you are one of that 1%, आपका due diligence by investor 15 दिन में खत्म हो जाता है. Why? Because since Jan we have done due diligence of 25 startups, or growth stage startups, not early stage, because early में इतना documents होता नहीं है. Growth stage startup, when they are raising funds from our network, we have actually made a record of clearing the fundraising in due diligence in 15 days, because out of that, 1 company was compliant free, was ready with all documents, because the founder was from a financial background. He ensured, like, that वो documents ready हो, उसको पता था. And it took 15 days. But unlike other companies, they actually, when we commit a closure of 2 to 3 months, that goes to 7 to 8 months. And जब December तक पहुंचते पैसा आता है, when you need money, money is not there. And announcement पहले ही हो जाती है कि fundraising हो गया है, term sheet sign हो गई है, ये वो PR हो जाता है, लेकिन पैसे रोक दिए जाते हैं अगर आपके कोई भी document problem आ जाती है. So these are the two things, financial and legal things, which are important. Next slide, Ankit. Yeah. Intellectual property. Intellectual property is very easy to understand. Of course, if you have a product or a thing that you've innovated, if you're going for government grants also, if you're going to investors, VCs also, and you don't have a revenue, but you are still value your company something which is a tech platform or a product or anything which is a product, right? It has to be patented. A patent में कितना time लगता है? That depends on how innovative your product is, because competitors are there. The ideas can be, as an idea can be patented, as a product can be patented. But yes, this boosts the trust of the investors. This is like an entry barrier. When we say, okay, what are the things required when you're raising funds or pitching to the investors? The important thing that we note in the journey is the entry barrier, right? If you have a patent, you have an IP, right? People know that either nobody can copy, and if they copy, they do not have the formula, they do not have the recipe, right? So trademarks, and again, I said this in the beginning, that when the company was not registered with the trademark or with the brand name, but it was there in the market and unique only, till now not registered by anyone, the value of the company went half of it, right? And then if you would have gone through a registered brand or registered company, they wouldn't have tried to reduce the valuation, right? So it's important to have entry barriers with your IP. You have trademarks, you have patents, you have copyrights, you have trade secrets, your recipes, everything has to be there if you're going to the investors. And this can be done by any IP companies that are there, that are IPR companies that are doing it for you. Even if you're in incubator and accelerator, they ensure that they're registering your IPs, because even if you're raising funds from the government and grants, the first thing that they said, if you have an IP, right, you have these things, you have patents. So these things are very much important if you are raising funds, and these are considered as the important entry barriers. Yeah. So next slide. Step for IPR, very easy. If you want to go through the process, either you can go through the incubation and accelerator, or you are there if you are in any cohort, or you can always Google it out. There are many of IPR companies. There are lawyers who are into litigations, or who are into company, who are CS also, they do it. And you have to the IP people conduct an audit to ensure that is something similar available that you have in the market or not with the existing IPRs. And if there is a little bit also similarity, even if you're registering a company, right, you have given a name to the person to register, and person comes up, okay, नाम तो already registered है, ये नहीं हो पाएगा, आप दूसरा दीजिए, या similar हो गया, या कुछ हो गया, तो it is all through research and auditing that happens, that if you can get it or not, right? So similarly in IP, audit takes place to identify if there are similar assets present or not. Your IP, your assets are being identified, that उसमें से क्या चीज patent हो सकती है, क्या नहीं हो सकती है, whether it's a design, it's recipe, or it's a flow, it's a utility, anything, any kind of patent that can happen. So that gets audited from your side also, and from the existing portals also. Then you the registration to or you resolve the pending application. अब क्या होता है? It also has a code, right? It's a proper procedures that आपने registration file कर दिया, आपको आपने पूरा audit कर दिया, आप जैसे करवा रहे हो, उन्होंने पूरा audit कर दिया, file. Now possibility that कि सामने से approval से ये approval ना आए, objection आ जाए सामने से, right? That objection is resolved, and the registration either get with the flow, or they get objected. Rework is done on that. Language बदल जाता है, draft हो जाता है, वो redrafts होते हैं, बहुत कुछ होता है, which lawyer is assigned to do for that IP, right? Now avoid disputes by ensuring clear ownership of intellectual property. Yes, ensure that you are not into any dispute for your copyrights or trademark or your product. अगर आप वहाँ पे ownership में किसी में भी dispute में है, objected है, तो वो red flag में माना जाएगा, वो IP माना नहीं जाएगा until unless you have, and provisions are not considered. Provisions are just for either you have a provision certificate that it has been approved, right? It has been approved as a provision of the company, and it has been approved by the
I think प्रियंका आपका ऑडियो ऑफ हो गया है.
Yeah, they show that this is the application of the filed IP, and they then raise funds by putting that in the documents. No, that is not considered. Provision of getting the number is the proof. So next slide, Ankit. Okay. Now, after compiling everything, what are the documents that are required for pre-fundraising compliance checklist? Now, these are, trust me, when I say 200 to 300 documents is a checklist in an Excel, इसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें होती, right? So, but if I talk about the proper segments, company documents, of course, the registration proof, your shareholding documents of the cap table and your directors holding the stakes, your stakeholder agreements, and your legal filings. All the filings that you have done in the financial accounts, all the agreements that you have created, your company shareholding documents are very much important part of the documentation that we ensure before you are pitching to the investors. So these things are important before raising funds. Then of course, if you are ready with these things, then there are many more things that you have to be ready with in all these things. Next slide, Ankit. Okay, now in continuity of the checklist, tax compliances, employment contracts, and yes, all the Excel that you're maintaining, whether it's like kind of provision thing and not filed yet, are important. So GST filing, TDS reductions, your income ITR, which I initially spoke about, your ITRs, your all the employment documents, NDAs, MOUs that you've signed, ESOP agreements, if you have it, your founders agreement. Then if these are ready, you are not almost but somewhere ready with the checklist. Now organize all these documents, because आपको बताया जब जाएगा तब आप करोगे, there is no say making sense of doing that. So be prepared with all these documents before you enter the due diligence process by the investors, and that's why you should always take help of an external body to ensure that these documents are ready for due diligence before going to the investors, because वहां पे आपका टाइम जहां 5 मतलब 2 महीने में हो जाता है, वहां पे 5 महीने लगा रहे हैं. इससे अच्छा पहले से प्रिपरेशन कर लीजिए. जो कंसल्टिंग कंपनीज आपको हेल्प कर सकती है, ENY या कंपनी लाइक TRX Ventures एंड मेनी मोर, वो उनसे अपना चेकलिस्ट लीजिए, रेडी करिए, सर्टिफाइड करिए, देन गो टू इन्वेस्टमेंट. नाइदर दे विल आस्क यू टू डू इट अगेन or make or take money from you. That investment, that due diligence companies will not take it. और जो 5 महीने में इन्वेस्टमेंट खिंच जाता अगर आप रेडी नहीं होते, वो 2 महीने में for sure would be converted. You'll get funds early and you'll be one of those top companies that clear the due diligence in one go, right? So yeah, next slide. Legal audits, as we discussed, the things that we cover in legal audits are, of course, your ROC filings, your board resolutions, your all the company documents, the legal agreements that I spoke about. Then जितने भी आपने financials में आपने tax filing के agreements वो सारा cover हम legal में भी करते हैं. But yes, legal documents are majorly to help investors to be sure that they will not suffer from any legal issues in future with any stakeholder of the company. So yes, legal audit is a comprehensive review of all your compliance record to identify gaps and resolve issues before your investment scrutiny. So be prepared with all these things. Next thing, Ankit. Next slide. Yeah. So common pitfall to avoid during fundraising. As I already discussed, this is again the recap that if you are not prepared with these kind of documents, shareholding structure, अब वो company आप register नहीं करेंगे तो shareholding structure ही नहीं होगा, तो company register होनी चाहिए. Then the shareholding structure means the proper SHA has to be on place, because many time happen one of the co-founder leaves the company, before fundraising. Initially 4 थे, अब थोड़े टाइम बाद 3 बच गए, फिर 2 बच गए या एग्जिट किया किसी ने, वो सारा ट्रांसफर प्रोसेस डॉक्यूमेंट्स होने चाहिए, because it will be anyway identified by MCA, from MCA by the investment team, but you have to be ready with the transactional documents. अगर अब नहीं है तो unclear shareholding structure. Then pending tax or legal filing, if you have not done the filing of the taxes or the legal filings are still left, आप पहले से बता के चलो. It saves their time to understand. Otherwise, जब वो investment team identify करेगी ना, it will be more, you never know how they keep you and the company in front of the investor's mind, the due diligence company that is working for them. So वो mindset ही कैसे फ्रेम करते हैं उनके सामने पता नहीं चलेगा. बट आप एडवांस में बता के चलेंगे ना ये चीजें नहीं है, तो वो माइंड किसी को कोई ब्रेन वॉश कर ही नहीं पाएगा इन्वेस्टर्स का, दैट दे आर नॉट अ गुड कंपनी टू इन्वेस्ट इन, प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है लेकिन ये सब चीजें नहीं है तो हमें सफर करना पड़ेगा, बेटर देन नॉट डू दिस कंपनी, गो टू अनदर कंपनी, राइट. सो वो चीज आप अपने पास में ही रेडी रखिए. अगर कुछ पेंडिंग है तो आप पहले से बता के चलिए, राइट. Then weak IP protections. If you don't have an IP, now it happens that this is a competitive world, right? So entry barriers are very much important to identify why they should invest in you. अब IP protections नहीं है, if you have a product and innovation, IP protection है, the best thing that you have to convince investors that they are in the right space to invest in you. Otherwise, trademarks, patents नहीं है तो valuation reduce कर देते हैं, which I gave you an example. It is actually real. They reduce the valuation of the company if you don't have an IP protection or you don't have a registered company or a trademark. It is a real time thing. Unstructured contracts, missing NDAs, incomplete employment agreements. You're hiring interns and employees. You're not giving them offer letters, or NDA or MOU or no what do you say, conflicting thing agreements जो होते हैं वो आप नहीं दे रहे, no competing agreements, ये सब नहीं दे रहे. I know ये इतना कोर्ट में जाके मायने नहीं रखेंगे बाद में अगर कुछ इशू होता है, बट इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि आपने अपनी फॉर्मेलिटीज अच्छे से कर रखी. सो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स नहीं है, एग्रीमेंट्स नहीं है, तो इट्स हाई टाइम दैट यू स्टार्ट डूइंग इट, इवन इफ यू नॉट मेकिंग रेवेन्यू, बट योर ऑल स्टेक होल्डर्स ऑफ योर कंपनी हैव टू बी ऑन अ पेपर agreement. You are in the red flag zone for the investors and they don't invest in you. Next slide, Ankit. So detailed document description, I already discussed. Cap table, MOA, AOA. Cap table is the number of equity or stakeholders in your board. You have to be prepared with this cap table document, which is SH and everything, because when the dilution of the investments are happening, it happens from this cap table only. So shareholding, how much capital has been invested initially, what are the shares distributed, kitne shares extend ho sakte hain, wo sara cap table mein aata hai, and it's very important. MOA, AOA. MOA defines the company's objective and scope, which is what company you're forming, uska agenda kya hai, kya services ya product provide karenge, that comes in MOA. AOA is the detailed rights that the shareholder has, the responsibilities. आप CEO हैं, COO है, CIO है, आपके अंदर क्या responsibilities आती है वो AOA में define होता है. So these are the documents which are initially done when the company is being registered in the private limited. Yeah, next thing, Ankit. Detailed document description, employee agreement and tax filing. See, employee agreement comes in the legal due diligence very clearly, but it is important for your company also to initiate these things even if you're not raising funds, right? So detailed document description means that you are clear with all the terms and the formalities which are required to have in the both of the side in the agreement. So employment agreement. Tax filing, nothing. All the records of the taxes that you've done, GST, your TAN, your TDS, sorry, आपका ITR, आपने personal even founders का भी ITR भरा नहीं भरा बहुत important होता है, which is defined in the statutory registry of the members. आप whatever members are doing on the board is very much important. अगर आप एक founder हैं your records have to be maintained, your personal filings, your taxes, your personal details, your TAN, your PAN, your, or if you are in registered as a director in other companies, ये होता है founders background. This is also very important, that comes in that registers, which is the members register, the board registers, right? So that also has to be maintained. अगर आपने आपका ड्यू डिलिजेंस हो रहा है, आपको लग रहा है खाली आपका फाइनेंशियल हो रहा है, लीगल हो रहा है, नहीं, फाउंडर का भी ड्यू होता है from the third party company, and all your records are being checked on the portals, right? So if you are even doing EMIs, आपका लोन चल रहा है और आपने एक दो EMI पे नहीं करी है, you come in the default, and that is being asked as a founder background thing to from the investors team जो due diligence कर रहा है, right? So जो भी आप taxation कर रहे हैं for your personal use and personal thing, and your company has to be very much cleared and on updated on the mark, so that you also don't know any negativity as a founder, because of course the company में invest हो रहा है, founder पे नहीं हो रहा है, but founder का background has to be very much verified, otherwise आप founder पे ही नहीं verify, I mean credibility देख पाएंगे तो company पे कैसे देख पाएंगे, because that person is running the company. So these are the detailed descriptive of all these documents that are required. Next point, next slide, Ankit. From preparation of the closing of the deal. So as we discuss in the whole journey, we discuss what are the documents which are important, right? Now I'll give you the step by step, the journey of how the things get closed. Now, if you are going to the investor, if you're going directly, of course, we are pitching. Again, if you're going through companies like us, we do all these things from us our end, then we go for pitching, right? So we conduct we hear the pitch, we review it. If the potential is there, we take it forward. Then we do the financial and the legal audit, which is important aspect before pitching it to the investors. This is like how we do also. But if you're going to investors directly, of course they hear your pitch, and the next thing they do before going to, after deciding the offer, they do the legal and the financial audit. Again, they also do it, we also do it. It's just that we are one step ahead. Then update all your filing with the ROC and MCA. जो documents आपके नहीं हुए हैं, we give you a proper description that ये documents नहीं है. Take your time, prepare for it, be ready with it, because ये नहीं होंगे तो आगे green flag नहीं आएगा. So you get a time period, and trust me, end moment पे जहाँ में लगता है 2 दिन में हो जाएगा, 3 दिन में हो जाएगा, सारे नोटरी हो जाएंगे, नहीं, ये 2-3 दिन का काम नहीं होता. It actually goes up to 2 to 3 months. Just like that, due diligence का ही extension होता है, जहाँ पैसा ट्रांसफर करने में कोई टाइम नहीं लगता है, एस्क्रो अकाउंट खोलने में कोई टाइम नहीं लगता है. जो टाइम लगता है सब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में वो ड्यू डिलिजेंस में ही लगता है, ठीक है, अपडेशन में ही लगता है, ऑन पेपर ग्रीन फ्लैग लाने में ही लगता है, राइट? रिस्क एनालिसिस मेंटेन कम करने में लगता है. सो अपडेट ऑल फाइलिंग्स ROC and MCA. Register an IPR asset. If you have it, great. If you don't have it, your valuation reduces, but if you have anything, bring it on the table. IPR registered होने चाहिए. Then prepare the due diligence folder. Now every documents that you've created, create a folder of it. Financial due diligence, legal due diligence, founder due diligence. Everything has to be in a customized folder in a systematic structured way, so that again होता ना कि अगर आप किसी आपने मेंटेन नहीं किया, होता है मेडिकल रिपोर्ट्स बहुत मेंटेन करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, विद द टाइम, डेट, टाइम एंड एवरीथिंग. सिमिलरली कंपनी का होता है, अगर आपने हेवाय इधर उधर मेल पे रखा हुआ है, ड्राइव पे रखा हुआ है, आपने प्रिंटेड फाइल रखी हुई है कहीं, फिर आप जब कंपाइल करने लगोगे ना, आप यू विल सफर अ लॉट. सो इट्स बेटर विद द टाइमलाइन फ्रॉम डे वन, स्टार्ट पुटिंग इन फोल्डर्स, so that step by step everything is in front of you when you are doing getting your due diligence done from anybody around, or even if you are checking the checklist कि ये है, right? So create folders for that. आप नहीं करोगे तो accounts team कर सकती है, आपकी legal team कर सकती है, but आप जब ड्यू डिलिजेंस इन्वेस्टर्स से करवाएंगे, वो उनके पास इतना टाइम नहीं है कि आपके लिए वो फोल्डर में बनाए फिर वो करे. वही वाली बात होगी ना, यू आर देन इफ यू पेइंग देम, ऑफ कोर्स गेट इट डन. इफ यू नॉट पेइंग देम एंड इन्वेस्टर्स आर डूइंग इट फॉर यू, यू आर नॉट गिवन दैट मच लेवरेज कि वो आपके लिए सब करेंगे, ठीक है. देन कम्स टू योर, लग रहा है कि आपके डिस्प्यूट चल रहे हैं, टैक्सेस पे नहीं किया है, चीजें नहीं करी, तो आप सॉर्ट कर लीजिए. एटलीस्ट प्रिपेयर्ड रहिए कि आप इन्वेस्टर्स को बता पाए कि ये चीजें लाइबिलिटीज अभी कवर नहीं हुई है, विच इज अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर जर्नी, एंड वी इंश्योर यू दैट वी विल डू इट एट दिस टाइम पीरियड, right? So that you don't lose an opportunity by getting rejected from the investors. So ensure these things are covered. Okay, so now from preparation to the closing the deal, it's in your hand as a founder to get the deal closed in 2 to 3 months maximally. If you are not ready with these things, then you are only responsible to take this into 5 to 6 months bare minimum investment. Until unless it's grants or somebody is conducting demo days for you. Demo day में भी कट जाता है. Shark Tank में जितने भी आपने देखे हैं ना investments, उसमें maximum of them have failed the due diligence. Then founders come up, oh, they get the offer on the show, but they don't get the money in reality. This is just because 90% of the startup have failed there in the due diligence process, and investors don't put their money, and then there's a Shark Tank ends up becoming just a social media stunt and nothing else, right? So you have to prepare these things. Next slide. Key benefits of legal readiness. So again, this was the preparation and closing deal journey. This is all about how you can close the deal faster. If you have again all the documents ready, जहाँ 2 से 3 महीना लगता है बनने में, you can close it in 15 days of your due diligence, because anyway the due diligence company is paid to get the target completed in that much days. If it is not happening in that much days, it's your fault, right? Not the investor's fault, and you're even spending money for your faults on your faults only to get it corrected. And hence, so why it is important? Because closures happen fast. Your investors get more confident that the risk is little less here if they're investing in your company. You are clearing all your pendings, penalties, your disputes if you're ready with this these documents in advance before going to pitch, or even if you're pitching, having a pitch and you get an instinct that yes, this is going to close, so you are minimizing that tension, that stress, right? Then your valuation gets intact and credibility increases. Trust me, each and every value that you bring on the table of your venture to the investor, it gets more strengthened if you're ready with these things. And when the negotiation of the offers happen, no, trust me, you have that confidence that if the investor is trying to lower down the valuation or diluting, taking more, you are confident that you will not go below that percentile from your end as an offer, because you are confident that why if they not invest, other people would invest, right? So that gives more stress to the investors than the founders. So yes, these are the benefits that are included if you are ready with the due diligence before you're going to investors. Yeah, so that's all from my side for today. I'm sure I have covered maximum things that we do when we are going through this journey with the founders and the investors. But trust me, it's good to take an external help before directly going to the investors, because अब 200 डॉक्यूमेंट बनाने का फोल्डर्स बनाने हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली या तो आप सीए या तो सीएफओ या तो आप सीएस हायर करेंगे, या तो you go to an external body that give you the service of being prepared, not just with pitching, not just with financial evaluation or your numbers, but also your due diligence stage, so that you have 100% confidence of not losing the deal or getting rejected. So that's how the fundraising journey, how the due diligence happens in the fundraising journey. So that was my side for due diligence, Ankit, and over to you.
Thank you so much for such a detailed description on this topic. Although this 1 hour is a very short time for this very complex topic, but you covered a very well. You taken an example of a real life case study of startups, how investor lower down the valuation as they didn't have the company registration. So we covered a 3 important compliances like financial, legal, and the IPR. And I really appreciate the kind of detailed description you provided in each and every topic. You mention about the importance of entry barriers, right? You mention about the founders agreement and the importance of documentation, and expert and mentors like you are playing a very important role in the investment journey for the startups. And yeah, and we also want to help our startups, and we really thanks to you for today's session. And yeah, we will connect you for more details, and we will hand holding support for our startups in investment process. So once again, on behalf of Jhansi Smart City, we really grateful to you for today's time and for this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, Ankit. Thank you so much.
Thank you.